My thought was, to have Gary come down. I mean, why not? It is a treasure hunt after all, and we have exposed new area for him to investigate.
It can't have been easy to pull that out of it.
I don't know how he saw it. It's amazing.
Good find.
Rick Lagina just hit the biggest jackpot of his life. There's a buzz on the island because it seems a lab in Queens, Ontario has found a new way to detect gold in water. Now, the whole team is wondering if this is even possible.
The island is not just temporal wealth. There's something other than that here.
Could this be the big break that leads to a fortune, just like what happened to treasure hunters Rick and Marty Lagina? Let us explore the evidence that allows this miracle that take the Lagina family to a whole new level. The gold hunt continues. On this island, there seems to be an ongoing obsession with finding gold, and each small discovery is treated as if it might finally lead to something big. Recently, there's been some excitement over a lab in Queens, Ontario that has offered to analyze water samples, claiming it can detect traces of gold. This lab focuses on examining groundwater for gold mining companies, and their announcement has breathed new life into the local search efforts, despite long-standing beliefs that detecting gold in water was not feasible.
My thought was wood would act like a sponge. If we test the outside of the shaft, we know the water samples are indicating presence of gold. Well, certainly the wood should as well.
The hunt for gold here has been repetitive for over 10 years, with each promising technique eventually leading to disappointment. Yet with this new water testing method that claims to find gold in minuscule amounts, there's a renewed sense of optimism. It's curious, though, how quickly everyone is ready to believe that we might be on the verge of a breakthrough, considering our history of dead ends. The island's waters, often muddy and stirred up from constant testing, are known to be full of minerals like iron and calcium. This isn't news, it's a well-established fact. The recent tests claiming to have found gold in these waters have sparked a flurry of activity. But one has to wonder if these findings are genuinely significant or just another small detail in a long string of unproductive efforts. The latest attempt to uncover something of value, the team focused on borehole DN 11.5, located in a region of the island humorously termed the Baby Blob. There's an expectation, maybe more a hope, that beneath 80 feet we might not only find something valuable, but also intersect with a tunnel that has been rumored to exist under the garden shaft. This area is particularly interesting because it's where the supposed gold traces in the water were detected. As the drill reached a depth between 78 and 88 feet, everyone involved was on edge, anticipating that this time, just maybe, we'd find what we've been looking for. Suddenly, at about 90 feet, the drill broke through into an open space.
Down there realized that there is hard evidence that the tunnel is not a interpretation, it's real. You get a little bit of chills. Now we need to understand its relevance to the mystery.
This moment was met with a mix of excitement and the usual skepticism. Discovering a void is one thing, but confirming it as part of a significant underground structure is quite another challenge. The next necessary step is to retrieve core samples. These samples are crucial. They represent the backbone of our investigative process, deciding whether we are about to uncover something truly valuable or simply adding to the extensive catalog of futile attempts. This repetitive cycle of anticipation followed by disappointment has become all too familiar here. Despite this, the prospect of finally hitting pay dirt, literally and figuratively, keeps everyone motivated. We're not just digging for gold, we're digging for answers, hoping that this time will be different, that this new lead will prove fruitful, and that all the years of effort will finally yield something substantial. Are we really on the brink of a significant discovery? Or are we just caught up in the excitement of another promising lead? The search for gold here is about more than just finding precious metal. It's about trying to validate all the years spent searching to justify the continued efforts with something more tangible than yet another intriguing possibility. As we dig deeper, each discovery hints at secrets waiting below. Scientific breakthroughs underground. From a third-person perspective, if a tunnel was discovered near the base of a shaft, it would certainly catch attention. Got it, there's some wood here, Terry. We found a W at the bottom, calls out an excited voice. Wow, we're really onto something. I'll just squeeze in and take a wood sample, they decide, choosing a small piece for analysis. We're quickly sending this to the lab to check for any metals in the wood. The X-ray fluorescence, XRF, results from sample DN11.5 soon arrive. Great! This looks like a tunnel and it points towards the garden shaft. We might be onto something significant here, someone remarks, prompting further investigation. Just the day before, Emma had dried and examined the wood sample, thought to be from a tunnel about 90 feet deep, potentially linked to the garden shaft. She used a spectrometer emitting gamma rays to detect elements or metals. "What are we seeing?" asked someone. Emma, examining the results, responds, "We're finding very small amounts of typical materials from our Oak Island site. Iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, aluminum. These are all common here." She reassures the team as anticipation builds. "However, we are also finding traces of gold," she adds, catching everyone's attention with the mention of gold. The discovery of even minute amounts of gold excites and fuels speculation among the team. The analysis of the wood, along with previous water tests, suggests a potentially significant trail of findings for the season. This could mark the beginning of a significant discovery trail, as important as any water test we've conducted so far.
Inner lining,
Okay.
the wood pieces.
Yeah.
The original shaft.
Yeah. And from this one, I detected gold.
They muse, cautiously hopeful. The advice remains, you don't find samples here. This lab is for figuring out tough answers. Their ongoing scientific exploration, with a hint of showmanship, continues to generate both skepticism and expectation. So, the collection of more samples begins. Just as they start setting up the drilling equipment, Alex arrives. Perfect timing, as usual, right when they are about to dig deeper in hopes of a significant discovery in the garden shaft.
Well, look, I'm disappointed. It's the end of the season, and we don't have the treasure or the story in our hands.
Today is more than just another day of digging. It feels like the verge of a major breakthrough. Collecting soil samples is standard when searching for hidden treasures. But today is different, Alex points out, focusing on the old, tightly packed wooden lining from the shaft. He insists on preserving every piece from each drilled hole for later analysis. With an XRF machine back at the lab ready to examine potential gold traces, the team theorizes that the wood, soaked through years of exposure, might reveal hints of gold. Their approach? Test everything. If gold was carried up through the shaft by water, then the wood, absorbing like a sponge, could also show signs of gold. With evidence in hand, they delve deeper into the mystery, eager to uncover more. The Money Pit's new chapter. Suddenly, the rest of the team arrives, just in time to get stuck into the work. "The gang's all here!" someone shouts as we gather around the latest findings. And what's this someone brought along? A crown of all things. A touch of humor, perhaps, or a nod to what we might find. And here comes Emma with updates ready to share. You gave her a small piece of wood, perfect for a detailed scan, which our equipment can easily handle. What are we staring at then? That piece of wood comes from the lining of the garden shaft, a section of the structure that has likely witnessed decades, if not centuries of history. Emma's findings will hopefully tell us more. Are we looking at mere wood, or does it carry traces of a golden past? Each piece we examine, every sample we scrutinize, adds another layer to our understanding. We're piecing together a puzzle, but with each piece comes new questions. Are we about to strike gold, or are we just chipping away at old dreams? This relentless pursuit, this blend of scientific rigor and hopeful anticipation, drives us forward. We're not just digging holes, we're seeking clues left by the past, hints embedded in wood and water. Maybe today we'll uncover something monumental.
Results from DN 11.5.
Oh, good. This definitely appears to be a tunnel, and it sure points towards the garden shaft.
Or maybe we'll just find more questions that beg for answers. Either way, the thrill of the hunt keeps us going, drilling deeper, exploring further. Who knows what tomorrow's drill might reveal? Only time, and perhaps a few more holes, will show us what lies beneath. The well-known Money Pit area, where many have searched again and again, a new claim has been made, this time involving the exciting discovery of gold. Emma Culligan, an expert in metals, confidently shares her findings with colleagues who are used to hearing big claims with little payoff. "I confirmed it," she declares, clearly pleased. There's definite gold in the wood samples taken 2 days ago from 55 feet deep in the garden shaft. Normally, such claims are met with skepticism, but her assertion brings a rare silence to the room. Emma isn't talking about just a tiny speck of gold. Her tests show a substantial amount of gold mixed in with the wood. She backs up her claim with a bold statement: 100% accuracy. The idea that there might actually be something valuable there feels both exciting and heavy with potential. This isn't another layer of hype that often surrounds this place. It's a measurable, confirmable fact. The presence of gold, even a small amount, is a big deal. It's still significant, she quickly adds, sensing the doubts creeping in. Even 1% is enough. The veterans in the room exchange glances, their expressions a mix of hope and skepticism.
It's exciting, but I want to be absolutely certain we've hit the vault. I'm positive at this point we've hit what we cored. Whatever that is, we're about to find out if it's the vault or not.
What happens next could be seen as either a tribute to human persistence or a recurring act in a long-running drama that this place always seems to put on. The team leans in, their faces a blend of hopeful anticipation in the tough realism that comes from too many disappointments. Emma's findings might suggest they are close to finding something truly valuable, or they could just be another piece of a long, complicated story that has been told here for years. We could be close, she cautiously suggests, trying to boost morale as much as convince herself. They're on a tight schedule and have little room for error. The results, called gobsmacking by one of the team members, seem to inject new energy into the group. Yet despite the excitement, there's a lingering doubt, a reminder of so many past announcements that have ended in nothing substantial. In this ongoing hunt, where every trace of gold could mean a big discovery or just another dead end, Emma's announcement is the latest source of hope, attracting both optimists and skeptics. Excitement builds as every find brings new hope. Revelations at the round table. The group is reminded that while this could be the edge of a real discovery, it could also just be another twist in the long story of the money pit. Is this truly a step forward, or just another intriguing chapter in the ongoing tale? The true value of Emma's discovery will only be revealed with time and more digging. For now, it serves as a new chapter of hope, drawing everyone back into the familiar cycle of excitement and uncertainty that has always defined this place. The latest analysis has really sparked excitement among us. Just look at the smiles around the room. It's obvious everyone is feeling optimistic. We've always said that this project would offer us unique chances to learn, especially if we are humble and smart enough to learn from our previous mistakes. Applause breaks out spontaneously, a rare event in these meetings where only true progress gets such a response. Thanks are certainly due for sharing such positive news. It emphasizes our dedication to the continuous search for answers. Keep the discoveries coming. This is, after all, the heart of why we're gathered here. The intriguing offer made by the McGinnis sisters, Joan, Jean, and Joyce, really had everyone on edge, myself included. They promised to bring something of value to Oak Island, something that piqued our curiosity and fueled our discussions. Last night, the anticipation was so strong, it was almost tangible, leaving me restless, eager to see what they would bring to our gathering. It's truly an honor to be here today, to witness and be part of the presentation of their findings. This is the moment where our past efforts and new findings come together, where every item the sisters have brought back to Oak Island is not just a piece of history, but a guiding light for our forward march. Here at this table, their revelation is not just another addition to our project. It's a vital piece of the larger puzzle that we are slowly assembling. As we engage in this exploration,
It's bittersweet to have to stop in the swamp. It's good. It's done. It's, we've done a good job.
the enthusiasm around the table is a refreshing change. The science behind our search has now become an energizing force, making everyone eager to see what comes next. We have always hoped that this venture would provide unique learning opportunities as long as we approached it with humility and intelligence. And indeed, it seems we are on the right track. The spontaneous applause around the table is a testament to the importance of the progress we're making. It's a welcome validation of our efforts and a reminder that our dedication to uncovering more information is well placed. Thanks are due to those who keep bringing us good news, reinforcing our mission to delve deeper. Now, about the McGinnis sisters' promise that kept us all in suspense. Their commitment to contributing something substantial to Oak Island had us all guessing and excited.
This could be gold, it could be silver, it could be copper. Either way, it's a great sounding signal.
The sleepless night I experienced was filled with anticipation of their reveal. What could they possibly have discovered that would add so much to our ongoing project? Today, as they prepare to share their findings, we stand at a pivotal moment. Their contributions are more than just artifacts. They are keys to understanding a broader narrative. Each item is a thread in the fabric of a story we are collectively weaving, a story of perseverance, insight, and discovery that continues to evolve with each meeting. Back in 1795, a young man discovered what's now known as the Money Pit, and today his descendants have something potentially exciting to share with Rick, Marty, and the rest of the Oak Island team. Everyone gathered around, eager to see what was inside the box the descendants brought with them. It feels like a scene we've seen before, where excitement builds around what could just be another tall tale. Past and present merge, adding more pieces to our puzzle. The quest for Oak Island's hidden chests. The descendant starts to recount a family story, passed down through generations. He tells of Grandpa Daniel, a carpenter and mason who noticed unusual marks on a tree. Recognizing these as signs of a pulley system used in construction and observing a depression in the ground, he and his friends decided to dig at the site. According to the tale, their efforts were rewarded with the discovery of 3 chests filled with treasures. Now they've brought an item from one of those chests. As the box is opened and a gold cross is revealed, the room fills with gasps and murmurs of excitement. However, beneath the surface excitement, one can sense a hint of skepticism. How accurate are these stories? How can we be sure where this cross originally came from, or if it's as old as they claim?
So, if there's anything within the province that indicates pre-Columbian visitation to the New World, it's of interest to us, and I think these carvings might represent that.
The descendant describes the cross as a significant find from 1795, unique to the Money Pit's history. Despite many stories surrounding the site, this cross is something they can physically hold, connecting it to the legend. Yet the timing of such discoveries often coincides with fading interest or growing doubts about the site, which adds a layer of suspicion to the proceedings. This particular gold cross has been in the McGinnis family for generations, handed down from father to son. The story gains a personal touch as the current owner recalls his father and brother's dedication to keeping the cross safe. The night before his brother's passing, he made him promise never to lose sight of it. Several jewelers have suggested the cross could be around 500 years old, aligning nicely with some theories about who might have visited or settled on Oak Island before the pit was discovered. If this link to the original Money Pit is valid, the cross could be both a crucial historical artifact and incredibly valuable. However, there's a healthy dose of caution about accepting its origins without solid proof, relying heavily on family lore and indirect evidence. The McGinnis family's return to the island is depicted almost as a necessary step for the ultimate discovery of the treasure. This idea adds a narrative flair to the ongoing search, keeping the excitement alive and ensuring continued interest and funding for the operations on Oak Island. As the meeting concludes, the atmosphere is one of renewed enthusiasm. This cross, regardless of its true origins, serves as a motivational boost for the team. It reminds them why they started this venture.
And the other is to see what the garden shaft itself could tell us. We got down to 95-ish feet. We start just about to commence our horizontal drilling, which is one of the purposes, and we were flooded out, and not just flooded out, big time flooded out.
The excitement of the hunt, the potential for uncovering hidden history, and the hope of finding something truly remarkable. Expressions of gratitude are exchanged, heartfelt and sincere, promising more efforts and adventures on Oak Island. The connection of the McGinnis family to this place adds depth to the ongoing story, whether it leads to significant findings or not. The quest continues, fueled by both the thrill of discovery and the occasional sparkle of what might just be genuine treasure. Was the cross really left on Oak Island by ancient explorers, or is it just another piece of intriguing folklore? Like, comment, and subscribe for more mysterious tales.